Hello there, and we're back. The We had a bit of delay between episodes of the Mad Files. Well, what happened was this past week I got really sick and wasn't talking too well, so which would make doing an episode really silly. Plus, my wife started back to work at being a special education teacher, so she's really busy with that because teachers are not overworked. And then she got really sick because of me, which she really appreciated, let me tell you. And so we're back. Here we are. And last we left off, I had up to December, or up to December to January, I had the embolization surgeries, which is the process of cutting off and isolating these mutant blood vessels in my head called fistulas and sealing off their growth with a 90s rap group, Onyx. Yeah. Slam. Dud, dud. Oh, never mind. Anyway, so by February, still having high pressure spinal fluid in my head. They had to do a spinal tap, which they determined it wasn't really, really high, but it was high enough. So they made the determination to put the shunt, excuse me, into my brain to regulate the spinal fluid. The shunt is a little device put in the skull right about here. Tubes run through your stomach, and that's how they regulate the fluid. And when they did the surgery, they put the shunt in, and the surgery went fine, but things went really haywire quickly. After the surgery, within a day or so, I started becoming incoherent. I didn't know who my wife was. I didn't know who my doctor was. I said, I don't know Amy. I'm not married, which is pure insanity. And eventually I slipped into unconsciousness. They tried to get me to respond. My neurosurgeon actually was grabbing my nipple and twisting it and saying, say something. Say your name, or I'm going to keep doing it. It was like, it reminded me of my older brother when we were kids, the horseplay. He would grab my nipple and say, whistle, whistle. Jerk. Yeah, I'm talking about you, Bob. Anyway, I wasn't responding, so they had to turn off the shunt. And what happened during that process when they're shutting it off, I coded. I stopped breathing, my airway collapsed, which is why I have a trach. This thing in my neck that I have to put my thumb over so I can talk. My pulse stopped, so essentially I died. Fun, huh? Well, obviously they brought me back around, and during this process, as my brain started to fill back up with fluid, I started having these weird, vivid dreams of the coma. One really scary and one really kind of funny if you think about it. And the scary one is I was kidnapped and I was kept in this warehouse on this bed. And these strange people, these faceless men, saying, we're doctors, we're here to take care of you, you can't leave, you're stuck here or something. And after that, I tried to escape in this dream. I started crawling out of the bed and trying to get out of that room. Well, all these men came jumping out of nowhere and started wrestling me back to the bed. And I was fighting like hell, and just pushing back, and eventually, in this dream, I got overpowered and brought back to the bed and tied down. And what was weird for me is I learned later from my wife that when she came to the hospital, she noticed a bunch of nurses and doctors and stuff coming out of the room. They're sweating and breathing heavily. Apparently, they just restrained me and brought me back to the bed and tied me down. As you can hear, my wife and I are still fighting off our colds. But anyway, so I learned at that point that you hear people in comas that they can respond to stimuli from people who are awake. So that's what happened essentially. So I'm restrained back in the bed, and I had these like oven mitts put on my hand, so that would prevent me from trying to reach for my trach and pulling that out. After that point, I slipped into these other really weird dreams. This dream I remember most was being taken down this hallway in a wheelchair, and we turned this corner into this place that was like a sandwich shop. Leave it to my fat ass. I'm in a coma. I'm still thinking about food. So the we're in this sandwich shop place, and in there was all my high school friends, high school football friends. I saw Derek Pauling, Kip Hamilton, Ty McIntosh, Ray Masaccio, Steve Johns, a bunch of people. I'm sure I'm forgetting their name. I'm sorry. I'm okay. Anyway, so we're sitting there, we're reminiscing about old times, and then all of a sudden they started saying, "Brad, try the food." And I looked at the walls, and I started turning into all these sandwich meats and cheeses and stuff. Hey, Brad, try the pastrami, try the roast beef, try the ham, try the cheese, etc., etc. And of course, gotta have the root beer float. So I'm feeding my fat ass like there's no tomorrow, and it was certainly a weird dream, but anyway, that dream eventually faded, and I started coming around, started becoming conscious, and responding in a semi-awake state to people around me. At the end of this clip, there's going to be some clips of me during this rehabilitation process, plus one funny one that me talking like a fool, being drugged up before surgery. That has nothing to do with the coma, but it's kind of funny. If you want to check it out, go for it. Anyway, so started coming around, and after I started to recover, I had to stay in the hospital for 11 weeks and go through rehabilitation and make sure that I was okay. The other traumatic brain problems and dying that occurred, before that time. So during that 11 weeks, though, the surgeries resumed, which we'll dive into the next episode and all that stuff, and tell you how that went. So that concludes this episode of the Mad Files. Thanks for watching, and got any comments, questions, or whatever, go ahead and do so, and try to get back to you. Thanks to everyone for their support. Have a good night. Bye-bye.
Is Brad awake? Brad, can you wave your hand? Can you wave your hand? Or say hi? There you go. Good job. Good job.
Big steps. There you go. Couple more. Good. And then we're going to step backwards because that's as far as our vent tubing's going to let us go. We're going to do this a few times. It'll just slide. It should just slide with us. It doesn't always, but I'll make it slide with us. Good. That's as far as we can go. And we're going to step backwards.
Once you get your more on this right toe, we'll be able to attach in the vent. And you can walk a lot farther, okay?
Even if we're not tomorrow, we can walk. I'll get to set up with our chief.
Oh.
I'll go back.